Welcome to the Hash It Out podcast. I'm here with Jake McDaniel. We're up here in Chandler's Cigar Lounge, listening to this amazing background music, puffing our cigars, and at Coca-Cola. I think Jake just finished his alcohol, so he's all buzzed up, ready to go. And how's it going, Jake?
Going well, Tim. I only had 2 alcoholic beverages, so we're not too spicy today, but we're doing all right. We're feeling loosey-goosey.
Good. So yeah, I just won a pool game against Jake. It was a very tight game. It was amazing. I wish I would have recorded it like we did the last, but unfortunately we did not. However, Jake and I came to this Chandler's place as a meeting point for us to discuss our goals and aspirations in the future, and smoke cigars and have fun in the meantime. I'm going to wait for Jake to light up his cigar and then Yep,
I had to light this stick. I went downstairs before recording this and grabbed a little nice tropical stick.
Wonderful.
Cigar. I got 3 here next to me, and when we smoke cigars, Tim and I, we meet up here. And I tend to chain smoke these. I don't know why, but I grabbed some to get prepared, get ready.
It's fun, dude. I don't like to think I'm addicted. I just do it for fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't really smoke other than when we're together. Yeah. But like when we are together, I'll smoke like 5.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that makes sense. But basically,
other than that, I think
Jake and I were, one of the things that Jake's passionate about is cryptocurrency. I myself am very amateur in that. I'm going to look through the questions I got up here for you. Okay. So here's something. Since I'm a noob at all this stuff, I kind of want to start from the beginning of where and why you decided to get into cryptocurrency, Jake.
Why? As a way to make some money, you know what I mean? As a way to invest. When I got into cryptocurrency, it was like 2017. I was working at Highlight still. I put about $700 into Litecoin. It was going up, but then went down. And since I was new to investing still, I pulled out. I didn't have the emotionality to handle it. You know what I mean? I thought, all right, pull out. I don't know. I thought it was just going to go down indefinitely.
Yeah, you were inexperienced.
So I lost all $700. That was in 2017, and I was just just watching it, knowing it's a thing, and and I just think it's the future of finance. There's a lot of different things, a lot of different kind of coins which are equal to currency, which is the same thing as fiat currency, the same thing as US dollar versus the euro is this. I tend to look at it as a trading thing is the same as Bitcoin and Ethereum. 2 different currencies you can make some money off of depending on the.
Have you always been interested in cryptocurrency?
Not as interested as I am now, but always aware of it, watching it. Aware of it. Yeah.
When would you say your peak interest of it would be?
This year around late January.
Okay. Yeah, I have, like I said before, very little knowledge. I've followed a few things back in 2018 because all my friends were talking about it, but I didn't really I was kind of like a boomer mindset, didn't really trust it because I guess you could say I was ignorant, didn't want to really look into it. And then when it was too late, crypto was way up there in the thousands. I could have potentially put thousands of dollars towards it then, but since I was ignorant, I didn't.
That's the beauty about Bitcoin is you're not too late because something different. Something that people don't understand about the power of Bitcoin is with the dollar, they can print more fucking dollars. Boom, the dollar has less value, right? Because as supply and demand works, this is how dollars work. The more dollars that are out there, the less that dollar's worth. Now, Bitcoin, you have to mine it. You have to solve this, algorithm. I don't know the date. Don't quote me on the date, but I believe 2030. Don't quote me on the date. But at that date is the last. There's no more Bitcoin that can be mined. You got a solid bar of gold. Okay, go mine more, right? And gold, the value of gold can go up and down because you can go mine some more to make the value of what's out there go down a bit more, right?
Why 2030 is there?
Hang on, I'm getting to that because with Bitcoin, I'm not saying, don't quote me on the year, listeners, please. And Tim, around that year is whenever the last Bitcoin is going to be mined. When the last Bitcoin's mined, there's no more. There's fucking no more. Is that when
they're done with
they're done. So if you want to buy more, someone else has to want to sell their coin to you. With a gold, you can go mine more. With fiat money, our currency, US dollar, you can print more. Or honestly, that's not even how they're making our money. How they make money is ones and fucking zeros. It's infinite. With Bitcoin, it's not. So
okay, I was just going to ask about that.
You see what I'm saying? Say there's 1,000 Bitcoin out right now. There's only, like say there's only going to be 1,000 Bitcoin ever. There's only going to be that much amount. No matter how much you work, no matter how much harder you try, no matter how much anything, there's only 1,000. And if you want a Bitcoin that holds a X amount of value, because there's supply and demand, there's no more. So obviously they'll hold an X amount of value, and you want to buy in and have, whatever amount is comfortable to you. So when they don't make any more, you have some value. Just store your money over there so it fucking grows. Yes, 2024 is going to be a bull run, so you're almost guaranteed to make money, right?
Okay. For us newbie investors, sorry to interrupt, but what does bull run mean?
Bull run, it's the same as the stock market. A bear market usually means down or sideways, like accumulation phase. Just up and down. But if you look on a large enough chart, it's basically a straight line, just accumulating. Okay. Like large hedge funds and whales are accumulating funds. So it's going up and down, up and down. But if you zoom out of the chart, it's the straight line.
Okay, right? Not a lot of fluctuation.
There is, but a bull run is when instead of the fluctuation and accumulation phase, when it's going like this, it's going up. It's trending up. It's a stagnant up. Okay. There's a trend up, and a bear market is either down, trending slightly down, or accumulation. Usually, accumulation is more. If it's there for a long time, I'd consider a bull market or bear market rather, but I'm still fairly new to this. Don't call, I'm not a professional, but this is what I know. We are in a bull market right now. If you look at, Bitcoin was at only $15,000 in November, and now it's upwards of almost 70. It's at 65 right now. That's quite a fucking growth. That's a lot of growth.
Right on, my man. That's great.
You can't get that with traditional finance.
Hello. Yes, please.
Thank you for my water. I appreciate it. Thank you.
We just had I didn't catch her name, but there was a lady that came up because we're in the lounge. She kind of serves us our waters and Coca-Cola. It's really nice. I inspire people to listen to this, do that with one another, be in an environment where you're all uncomfortable. This is something that Jake and I see ourselves in the future, making those rich habits.
Yeah, rich habits, something that isn't. If listeners, you got to read books. And one book that I really, really highly recommend, it's called The Secret of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Please read that. If not read it, listen to it on audio. I recommend audio more than reading. Yeah. But that's personal.
Yeah. Just go pee. You don't have to bring your phone. We'll just clip it.
Well, I don't know if Tim is gone. I don't know. But here I am. I heard him walk across the bathroom. Let me add something to cryptocurrency, please. If you download Coinbase, you'll see a coin on there called USDC. You'll also see that it says on there 5.25%. I'll repeat that, 5.25% APY. Now, that means it's earning 5% interest on your money. Your average bank account is 0.01% interest. Put your fucking savings onto Coinbase and then put it on USDC so you can actually make your money work for you as the wealthy do, as the rich do. Tim's back. I don't know if he said anything before this.
I just went pee myself.
Are you just going to edit this out?
No. I'll keep that, whatever you said in there.
No. The dead air.
Yeah, the dead air. Oh, yeah. We were talking about crypto. I was trying to remember. I'm like, where did we leave off?
That's just something I want to add.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'll listen back to it. All right. So.
That's what I already told you about the USDC, the 5% interest rate.
Okay. Sorry. I'm reading notes and stuff like that. Didn't mean it.
You good, bud?
Oh, this is great. So how did you approach researching and selecting the cryptocurrency to invest in?
Well, I don't do meme coins. There's a couple reasons for that. One,
Dogecoin? Is that a meme coin?
It is, and Dogecoin's just yeah. We can use Dogecoin for an example. It holds no real value.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch. Look at, I don't know, dude. You can get rich off of it, kind of, if you play your cards right. But to me, it's gambling. I don't have the money to gamble. I don't invest to gamble. I invest to make money. Right. I invest for growth. I invest to make my money work for me. And Bitcoin is not going anywhere. Ethereum is not going anywhere. Solana is Ethereum's counterpart, I guess, or a competitor, you could say.
Right.
So those are my big three.
Okay.
Those are the only three that I really have any money in. I think I might. Yeah, I think just those two. Polygon, which is Matic, I took out of that. That also, see, some of these cryptos you can stake your money on, which is just you're actively have your money on the chain instead of owning the crypto on your exchange. You own it on the chain, and Ethereum, for example, you'll get a 2 something APY on your money that you hold it there. I don't know. Long story short, I just hold, like, how I invest my money, my crypto is I don't gamble my money. Like meme coins, I don't gamble on it. I don't have time to research it. Meme coins are trash bags. They hold no value. They're in and they're out. They're there for a community. They don't hold no value. A lot of them go to zero, So again, back to the research thing, I know about Bitcoin. I'm going to put my money in Bitcoin. I know about Ethereum. I'm going to put my money there, both of which are not going anywhere. I do have my money in Solana, a little bit of a gamble, but not really. People are using Solana chain to buy meme coins, which means that the Solana price is going to go up. If they have to buy Solana to use that chain, it's going to, I downloaded X, followed a few.
Oh yeah. I was going to ask, how did you learn what was good and what wasn't good, but keep going.
Yeah. As I was, how to find out what's good and what's not. Yeah. Well, meme coins are what, I don't know how to find what's good or what's not. Just know what's about to stay for a while.
Yeah.
Meme coins are kind of like penny stocks. Don't invest your money and gamble it. Know what's going to stay, know what's going to grow.
Right.
Ethereum is going to stay and going to grow because that's where transactions are being made.
Right.
That's what a lot of these, like BlackRock, they just put something in for Ethereum ETFs, and they're also putting something in to actually use the ecosystem of Ethereum to build other finance products on. They're actually using the chain. So when they have to use the chain, they have to buy gas fees, which is Ethereum. Okay. They have to buy Ethereum to use the chain. So I just buy what needs to be used.
Okay.
Bitcoin, there's an obvious, it's like the crypto gold.
Yeah.
Gold holds its value. And Ethereum is like crypto silver. With silver, you're going to just trade value and make exchanges with. I just stay with what I know is going to last a while. Right. I don't really do the meme coins because they're too cheap.
I was going to ask, like you mentioned earlier about the stop of the Bitcoin. Like I thought Bitcoin you could just create from your phone and just keep going with it.
Not really from a phone, because it takes
computer,
a lot of electronic power. It takes a lot of power.
Yeah, I knew a couple of guys, or I knew one guy who was doing the mining and everything.
Yeah.
And I think he left Michigan and moved down to Florida because there was just more of a mine down there. I don't know. Maybe he did it for personal and business reasons. But like you said, there was going to be a stop to it. Like I don't understand how that's possible.
It's say easy numbers. Let's just say there can only be 20 Bitcoin mined. When that 20 Bitcoin is mined, there's no more math problems to solve, because how Bitcoin's mined, you have to solve very, very complicated math problems. Like that's why computers do it. Computer math problems takes a long time to do it. Once there's the X amount, produced, there can be no more coins. You can't produce that same amount.
Okay.
This is from my understanding. Understand that I'm not a professional. Please, listeners and Tim.
That's why I'm asking. Is beginners probably ask these questions too.
Yeah, I consider myself still a beginner.
Yeah.
But I still, I have a couple grand in there. But there can only be X amount. There's a cap on it. There's a limit of how many Bitcoins can be produced. There's not a limit on fiat currency. Okay. There's not a limit on how much gold can be mined from the ground, because there's always going to be gold. God's going to create more from the fucking ether because people want it to. It will manifest itself with God's power. But Bitcoin, it can't be. It's from computer stuff. There's only an X amount, and to just grab one, you have to solve that math problem. There's a little bit more research. People that have been doing this research for years and years still don't really fully understand it. It's extremely complicated. It's backed by math problems that
are far above our own.
Are extremely hard to, compute. And that's why high level intensity computers compute it.
Okay. Yeah, that kind of clears it up, because like I said, I thought, the internet, or not the internet, but just like numbers and stuff like that would be infinite. So like there'd be just infinite
Well, there's only
supply to.
Well, when Bitcoin was created or something, I don't exactly. This is where I stand on it. This is how I think about it. When Bitcoin was created, there's a cap, like just like stocks and other coins. There's a limit. There's a cap number of how many can be produced. So when that hits that produce mark, there can be no more. You try to do it, it will not give you one. It will not get, because when Bitcoin was created, there's only X amount.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. I
hope that does.
Yeah, I'm just, like I said,
that's my best
trying to wrap my mind around it. Like you said,
it's fucking craziness.
Yeah.
This is a brand new technology that's never been, this is brand new. This is just new.
Yeah.
Currencies, you just print more money if you need more money. Bitcoin, you can't get any more if you need more. You just can't.
Okay.
There's not any more of it. Gold, go mine more if you need more. Okay, cool. But you take $100,000 worth of US dollars through an airport, you're going to get, confiscated.
Yeah.
Take one gold bar through the airport, you're going to get confiscated. Take 100,000 Bitcoin on a fucking ledger, on your phone, right? You can travel across states with, money in your bank account, but that's in your bank account. Take that cash and put it in your hand. You can't do anything with it. But you can move Bitcoin from your MetaMask wallet or Coinbase wallet to a ledger, and you can't do you can't stop it. It's there. It's in your hand. You have that much amount of value. It's the digital age, bro. The digital gold rush is now. Crypto's away. E-commerce is away. Anything from a laptop to make money is the fucking way. But you have to be able to scale it. For example, that's why I don't like trading or not. Freelancing, like Facebook Marketplace stuff. What do they call that? Flipping. I hate flipping. How can I scale that? I can't scale that. I can't make a business out of it. To me, maybe I'm just not smart enough, but
right.
In my head, I can't make a business out of flipping things. And to me personally, I don't want to be known for flipping trash. People are selling things on Facebook Marketplace because they don't want it, and it's usually trash.
Right.
I don't want to buy that trash and sell it to somebody else.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Personally.
So what are as for a beginner investor, what are some challenges and obstacles that you face?
Stomaching the bottoms, stomaching the lows of the lows, and you like it when it's the high of the highs. Oh, great, I'm making $400 today. Tomorrow you might lose $500. But in crypto, it's very volatile. So that's the real thing, is just stomaching the losses, those days where you lose a lot of your portfolio. That's probably the hardest thing, just knowing that it will go up. Don't sell, because that's when you lose your money, is when you sell. Don't sell. Hold that shit till it at least goes up,
So what are your short-term goals and long-term goals for investing cryptocurrency?
Short-term goals, get out of debt. And I want cryptocurrency to have enough profit for me to get out of debt all of the way, 100%. And then also buy my first duplex so I can start my real estate investing.
Ah, wow.
Wealth creation is all about accumulating. And right now, the easiest point of entry into this wealth is cryptocurrency to me, is because I can download Coinbase and simply enter $5 into Bitcoin, and tomorrow I could make $5 from that $5, So I put in a couple of money there, and a couple thousand there. And my small goals for crypto is get out of debt and buy my first duplex. I'm hoping to take my couple thousand and turn it into 20 grand, as we talked about last month, buy the duplex, start my rentals. I need that 20,000 as a down payment to buy the duplex. Boom. Once the duplex is hit, now I have a hard asset because I'm going to be renting it out. That's not a liability. It's an asset because it's putting money in my pocket. Now I just turned that 20,000 into whatever the value of that duplex is. That's flipping money. That's wealth. That's wealth building right there.
Yeah, I think you answered my follow-up question, which was how you're going to achieve, or not, how are you going to manage and adjust these?
Yeah, so that was my short term. And my long term is just hold Bitcoin and Ethereum and, trade from there, learn trading better, learn how to maybe even day trade, but mostly probably weekly, see what I can buy and hold and sell throughout the week.
Okay.
And then, as a month go by, see if I'm going to hold Ethereum for a couple days, sell it, and just learn how to technically analyze the trading charts of crypto and learn how to, compound my profits.
Okay.
So, and it's going to be a lot easier when I have my real estate, because then I'll have a little bit extra coming in and less bills coming in. So that's more money I can invest, more money I can afford to risk a little bit, so.
So this is something that's not in my notes, but for somebody like me who would like to start getting into it, how would you suggest somebody
download Coinbase?
Okay.
And I recommend Bitcoin and Ethereum. or Solana. Those are the only 3, maybe Bitcoin Cash, 4 that I recommend, but Bitcoin, Ethereum are not going anywhere. I personally believe neither is Bitcoin Cash, but I'm personally not invested in Bitcoin Cash. I just know it's semi-expensive. It's about $500, and there's a lot of good things going for it. But I don't know enough about it.
So is somebody like a 40 hours a week person, how would they put money towards?
You download Coinbase and buy Bitcoin.
Okay, just whatever amount. You don't have to
Coinbase,
put in like $100 each time.
No, Coinbase is just like kind of like Robinhood. Robinhood kind of put this out first, fractionalized investing. So instead of buying 1 Bitcoin, you can buy 0.0001 of Bitcoin. You can put, you can put $1 into Bitcoin if you want, $5. Okay. For example, I only have 0.001 something of a Bitcoin. I can show you. It's on your Coinbase. You can see it.
Okay, yeah, because
you can buy slices of it.
Okay, I didn't know if I had to like save up like $300 and buy the whole stock.
No. Just my last, just a few days ago, I put $20 in.
Okay, $20. That's doable, and that grows each time you put it in there.
I mean, as you put, 1 week you put 20, the next week you put 20, it grows to 40. Yeah, but
right.
If the price of Ethereum goes down, then your money goes down.
Okay.
That's just like investing in
stocks.
stocks.
And that's the risk you gotta be willing to take.
Right, but understand the narratives right now. You gotta understand the narratives. And right now, we're in a bull run, which means we're gonna go up. And Ethereum, you have to understand this, that BlackRock, who has the ETF for Bitcoin, they got approved for Bitcoin ETF, right? BlackRock, who runs the fucking world. You know who they are.
Yeah,
right?
we've talked about it.
Right. They also just put an ETF in, for Ethereum. And that's going to be approved or disapproved in May. BlackRock is not going to get disapproved. So Ethereum ETFs are going to get approved for, for that. And when that happens, the price is going to skyrocket. So you have to just kind of know the narratives and only put in money that you are willing to lose, because it is a risk. All investing is a risk. But,
Okay, so for like beginners, where do you get your knowledge on all this stuff? Because you seem pretty informed for the beginner aspect of it. So how did you learn to do what you're doing today?
I don't know. Coinbase is pretty. I don't know. Coinbase is pretty self-explanatory, very user-friendly. It says buy. It says how much you're buying it for. I don't know. Just experiment, And then as much as I know about it, I follow some key accounts on X, Twitter, whatever. And then,
like what? Just. Can you give us one? Let's see, point somebody like me in the right direction. Like
the one person I know his name's Ask Crypto, or Crypto T, or Layla Hampleton. I think those are 3 good ones that I follow. Layla's a really good one. Luke Belmar, he's fantastic. I get a lot. There we go. I get a lot of my information because he follows narratives. He lives exactly how I want to. Shout out Luke Belmar. I know this will never reach him, but shout the fuck him out. Luke Belmar is where I get a lot of my information. He's an e-commerce guy and a crypto guy. He made a legendary trade with Uniswap, bought 1% of Uniswap's supply when they were rather low. He followed narratives to buy that, and it was DeFi. It was an altcoin, but followed narratives, made the risk, and he's rich as shit.
Okay, so you follow
Luke Belmar's a good guy. Crypto T on X. And then Layla Hampleton, I believe. I don't know if I'm saying her last name right, but she has an interview with Luke Belmar on YouTube if you want to go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll have to send me those links. I'll have to watch.
Yeah, for sure. I've listened to them all.
So have you experienced any significant gains or losses in crypto investments? And what are some ways that you've learned about these experiences?
My first big loss was the $700 in a Litecoin. I put $700 in. It went all the way down. I took it all out, and then in the next couple of weeks, I was just grabbing my depth. Next couple of weeks, it went right the fuck back up. So you lose money when you sell. Mm-hmm. But other than that, my best one is $400 in one day from Ethereum and Bitcoin. That was fantastic. And then if you're trading, you can change it, because on Coinbase you'll see it. You'll see your profit and then change it all to USDC, or you can hold it. Do whatever you want to do, but that's trading, because on crypto you can see or on Coinbase rather, you can see how much money you're up or how you're down. Blah blah blah.
Oh shit! Almost tripped. And now I was gonna ask, how did you manage these risks and maintain a balance?
I just hold and keep putting in.
Okay.
When it dips, I buy more. Because I'm following the narrative that we're in a bull run. I'm following the Bitcoin narrative that we're in a supply and demand crisis, where there's ETFs, where the boomer investors, the retired people, are realizing that Bitcoin is, in fact, a hard asset. So the Bitcoin ETFs are booming right now. BlackRock's buying millions of it. MicroStrategy's buying millions of it. These boomer investors are buying millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin ETFs, right? They're not buying Bitcoin exactly, but they're buying ETFs, which is still fractional size of all of Bitcoin. So they're still buying from Bitcoin.
ETFs.
Right. But they're just sharing the risk between other people buying.
Okay.
Right? So that's a narrative. That got approved. We're in a bull run right now because crypto runs every 4 cycles. People are buying right now. Capture that. Jump on it. But, I'm not a professional, so I don't know exactly when the bull run's going to end. I'm thinking sell in January. Personally, I'm going to probably sell in September, October, just to hit my goals. But I think the bull run's going to end late this year or early next year. Narratives, and then what was the question? I fucking lost my train of thought after explaining how I know Bitcoin's going to go up.
Oh, just the gains and losses.
Yeah, I just buy and hold right now. You only lose money if you sell, and I'm just buying and holding right now because the narrative is that we're in a bull run. The ETF for Ethereum is going to go up, so I'm buying right now before that hits, so I can make money when that hits. When I do make money, sell into USDC. USDC is at 5.25 or 5.10 APY. So no matter what, I'm making money. My money works for me, as the rich people do.
Okay.
And same with Bitcoin. When the halving comes in April, supply and demand is, the supply is going to be very little, demand is going to be high.
Yeah.
So obviously the price is going to go up. If you, take your profit at X amount, whatever you feel comfortable with, move it to USDC, keep your money in Coinbase, and then do it again whenever you feel the narrative is right.
Yeah. A question I kind of want to talk about, it's kind of like with beginners, how do you approach discussions about cryptocurrency with friends and family who may be skeptical or unfamiliar with the concept? I
don't try to waste my time because I don't have a significant amount of money to be like, look, see?
Okay.
Type of thing, Like when I show somebody, they're not impressed.
Right now.
I can right now.
Okay.
Because they don't see the volatility. I'm not that good at it yet. I don't have, there's a couple of different things that just give me some time. We'll be up there and they'll be seeing, wow, holy shit, this is a hard asset. This is this and that. This is, because you got to also think, if I'm talking to friends and family, I'm just a 25 to my family. I'm a 25-year-old, grandkid or niece or nephew rather. I'm that. So they're not going to really take my advice or give a shit about what I have to say.
Okay.
Friends, difficult because you got people trying to be better than you, people trying to act like they know more than you. So you have like people, hey, look at this thing. Oh yeah, I know about it. When they've heard about it, but don't know how to apply it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They've heard about it. They might have a few good things, but they don't know why it's good, or they're gambling their money.
Yeah.
And you'll tell them something that'll gamble $200 away, lose all their money, not realize that it will go up in 4 weeks. So just fucking hold it. So genuinely, I just tell people to buy it. I bring it up. If they don't, cool. Because I've got rejected and turned down a lot and laughed at. I don't turn it down because laughing at, because in a couple of weeks I turn around and laugh at them.
Right.
Look, just made $400 today. What the fuck?
Right.
You should have done this. I told you. But just when, as many times as that happens, there's times for just the next day.
Yeah.
You say, hey, how's your Bitcoin coming?
Yeah.
I'm down $100 today. But in the long term it goes up.
Yeah. So like,
I'm gonna bring this with me though. I'll bring this with me.
All right. I guess think about this question. Have you been able to influence people and others considering investing in crypto? So when he comes back, if he isn't answering that already.
Man, this is loud. I'm gonna keep this over here by you, brother, because it's loud in the bathroom. Okay. I'm gonna keep this over here. Hope Tim talk.
While Jake is in the bathroom, I hope everybody is enjoying this discussion with Jake and I. I'm, going down my notes and questions and stuff that I'm honestly curious about, because I'm considering doing it too, taking that risk. I've been reading Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad book, which is like the beginner stepping stone for anybody who's interested in getting rich. Like, he's a stepping stone. Him and Dave Ramsey, they both teach similar methods, but Dave Ramsey is kind of helping people get out of debt, whereas Robert is saying that debt is that tool that's not taxed. And there's just, you got to read the book. There's a lot of good stuff that comes from both of those two powerful, influential financial advisors. So I encourage friends to go and listen to that so they can kind of be on the same mindset of where Jake and I are headed, you know, if you haven't already, you know. Let me tell you, being in Chandler's doing a podcast, it's something I've dreamt of doing, but with a bigger setup. In due time, we'll get to that. But right now, Jake and I are just using our cell phones, and it's funny. All right, Jake is back from the bathroom. I just been pacing the floor because we're mobile. We can do what we want. So my question to you, Jake, was, you know, besides me, that you've influenced me to want to do this, but have you influenced other people into wanting to do crypto as well?
I have, but he was already kind of on the fence about it, so I just kind of pushed him the other way, like onto it. Okay. You know, like he was standing on the fence and just kind of blew him the other way. So yeah, but not really, because people don't. Because one, I'm not there yet. Yeah. Like my profit, my record hasn't proved in like, okay, I'm gonna drop everything and listen to you, Jake. You're right. It's more of people see as a gamble, and with this economy, and also it's just money in general. People don't want to spend gamble their money and just throw it away, kind of thing. People rather, you know, not take the risk, which is fine. Like, I understand why, but you know, they don't trust me yet, and that's why.
That's good.
They will.
I mean, I get it. You're coming. It sounds like you're just coming from a humbling experience. You know, beginner. I feel like it's the mindset most people should be in, or encouraged to be in. I'm good. I'm
gonna go ahead and spark this other cigar.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll wait for you.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So while he's doing that, I'll ask. No, I already asked that one. This is the last question, and I think I want to wrap it up because I don't have anything else after that.
Just crypto questions.
We can go in more depth, but how do you maintain a healthy balance between staying informed and engaged into crypto space without becoming overwhelmed or obsessed with the fluctuations?
I just follow the 3 coins that I mentioned, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. I just follow the big 2 for sure, Bitcoin, Ethereum. And then I personally like Solana because the competitor to Ethereum. I'm going to be like the Rothschilds and fund both sides of the war. So.
Oh, there you go. Jake's he's woke. And do you have any strategies to managing your emotions and maintaining a long-term perspective?
Just hold until you've reached your goal. That's it. You go down, buy more.
Buy more.
You know, yeah. If it goes down, buy more. You know, until you reach your goal. Yeah, I don't know. That's, I'm not gonna sell any of my crypto until I hit 20 grand.
Actually, I don't want to wrap it up yet because there's a final question I want to ask, and it's the theme of my show, Jake, the Hash It Out podcast. What is something that you want to hash out?
Well, we could hash out a few different things, Tim. Because I have the family court to talk about.
Okay.
I have people's mindsets right now, how it's just trash bags. And I have people, I have something to hash out between God, because people need more God in their lives, and people are worshiping Baphomet, Baal, and the devil. And I believe Lilith may be ruling the world in place of Satan. I don't know. There's a few things I could hash out, Tim.
All right. Well, let's talk about them. Because I got one too. Mine's, it's not nearly as in depth as yours.
I'm trying to just awaken people, bro. People need to understand that, like, we're fighting a spiritual warfare right now. The porn you're watching is terrible. The TV you're watching for hours that you do is terrible. The doom scrolling you do on X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram is fucking terrible. The stuff you're doing is awful. The food you're eating is all bad. And go to other countries, it's not that bad. Like Europe has many things banned that the US does not. Europe has many less fat people. They do this on purpose.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead. I can expand on this for a long time. But
dude, that's
slow down.
Let's back it up a little. The thing I have to hash out is I don't want to like sound sexist, so I'm just gonna say
it. Sound sexist.
Bad drivers. It's like I got hit the other day ago.
You did?
Not hard. I was literally pulling out, checking both ways, and all of a sudden I feel this bump in the back of my car, and I was like, God damn it! So
it was a woman.
It was, and I look in my rearview mirror, and she's freaking out. I could see
young?
Yeah, she's probably our age, in between. But she was just freaking out. Oh my God. And it wasn't even that big a hit. I felt it, and it's like, were you not paying attention? Like,
no, she was texting.
Probably. And so I get out and I just immediately calm my mind because she's freaking out and I don't want to heighten her anxiety more than it already is. Like, I know some guys probably do that. And I look at it, there's no damage is done. But it ticked me, I was just like, man.
Of course.
And I was just like, people, listen, they're driving a freaking weapon. You know what I mean? Like, they can kill somebody with their car. Thankfully, nobody was hurt other than the girl's probably like conscience. But I handled it really well. I said, hey, no big deal, no big damage. But still, like, what were you thinking? And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Just like freaking out. You're not, it's a no-fault insurance, right? I was like, calm down. We're not even getting there. I was like, just wanting to make sure everything's all good. And it's just like people like that, like those things. Like, I wasn't even going that fast. And she just wasn't paying attention, just bumped me. Because I moved forward a little bit, saw that there was no room for me to go. And then I just felt that hit on the back end, like, this lady, like, why? So yeah, that was something I wanted to hash out, was pay attention when you're behind the wheel. I'm bad about that, but I haven't hit anybody, so like I'm mostly focused on the road. And now being an Amazon driver, I gotta relearn all that stupid stuff.
Yeah, you're about to do that again.
Yeah, so that's like I try not to see it as a bad thing. Learning everything I already did. It's 3 days of training, nonsense video.
Like going back to the same company? Because I know the company you got hired in worked for Amazon.
Yep.
Not you worked for Amazon directly, but, the company that drove for Amazon.
So this is a different DSP entirely. So it's like they're
even though you already interviewed your boss, like your boss was cool with you and he just fired you.
See, that's the thing. I don't think it was under his control. I think the management kind of controlled that stuff, and he just controls the flow of cash. Or managing businesses, keeping up to date. Like, he has the managers doing their job, and then he does his job by like...
Well, isn't he like... Could he just say, like, yes or no? Isn't he the final decision maker? That's how I would take it. I'd say, dog.
I don't know entirely, because in this particular situation, I was at fault because I called off every other month. I called off, that would be a point. I'd not call off 1 month, it would take away the point. Huh? No. And then it would come back because one day I decided to call in because of whatever was happening. So there was just like several points that added up that were the rules to not, for termination. So it was my fault there because I wasn't prioritizing my sleep, I guess you could say, because I'm like, oh, they're lenient, they'll not care too much, but behind the scenes they did, and I talked about it before, and it was just like, I'll say it again, like the way I was fired was stupid. I wish it would have been in person, or it could have handled it different, because over text just seems sleazy. You know what I mean?
Unprofessional.
Very. And I've never been fired over text, so I didn't think it was serious. Like, I texted the guy, I was like, is this actually happening? because I thought I was being punked, and it was. And then I don't know. After that, like the guy just seemed to like, I don't know, just seemed very.
The guy, your boss?
No, the manager. I'm not going to dox his name, but he just seemed really cold-shouldered about it afterwards. Like he just didn't answer my calls, didn't answer my texts. He texted me back like the day of firing me. I said, "Hey, what do I do about my final checks and stuff like that?" He's like, "Your final check for next week will come in what said day. Just come in and get the paper check for the PTO." I was like, okay. So I went in the day he said, and he wasn't even there. And another manager was looking through the files and everything. And she was like, "I'm not seeing it." I'm like, "That's weird because so-and-so said, come in on this day and you'll have it taken care of." She's like, "Well, that's weird." So she went and talked to the boss and the manager that was supposed to do all this stuff. Nothing was solved. So a week later, I texted them and I said, "Hey, what's going on?" And she's like, "So-and-so didn't text you?" And I'm like, "No. That's why I'm asking you." And she's like, "Well, they were supposed to tell you that you could come in and get it, whatever." So I went in that day, and she's like, "I don't know why they didn't say anything to you." I was like, "Beats me." So I don't know if the other manager has like something against me, or maybe he legitimately forgot. But I know my boss, Dennis, he has my number. He could have just said something. I know he's not super busy, but well, actually, he might actually be busy, but I don't know. Just miscommunications. I guess that's another hash out.
So you have to go to the other.
But eventually I got that check, to help pay rent. So yeah. But now going back to another one, they seem like they're paying at the same rate. It's just like they don't give incentives for rescuing, which kind of.
Fuck it, don't rescue people.
Yeah, like. That was something I liked about my past DSP was how they did give incentives, like 30 cents a package that you rescue. So like if you get, let's say 20 stops from that person, that's probably 30 packages, added 30 cents. Not much, but still little bit of incentive to your rescue, kind of an appreciation thing.
Yeah.
The current one that I'm signing up for, they're just like, you're already working hourly. We don't want to pay you more than what we have to. So they're probably just trying to save money there. So, yeah. But other than the car crash, like the minor and then the miscommunication, those are my two hash outs.
Yeah. Females are notoriously worse drivers than males.
Really? I'm just...
It's just my opinion.
Okay.
And I'm taking the Tate opinion. Let me go on with it, running with it. Because it's true. I'm a better driver than every female I've been with, I don't want to dog on my girl, but she's typically more anxious. The last time I got fender bendered was a female.
She was typically more anxious behind the wheel. Yep, we're doing wonderful.
Doing fantastic. Thank you so much.
Yep. So what is the something or a couple things that you want to hash out?
Well, I got a few things, but I don't know. How long is this? Only 47 minutes in. Only 47 minutes in. Tim, we can talk about a few things. I kind of want to get into the people need God.
Okay. What have you been learning from your experiences?
Well, I've been reading the Bible.
Yep.
But it didn't start off that way. But I've always knew about this demonic shit. And you gotta see that, like, you see it. All this demonic stuff that's happening. Yep. There's spiritual warfare that's going on, Tim. And there's dark forces. This is something that I kind of think about with the Bible sometimes too. And I think dark forces have touched the Bible and tweaked it just enough so we don't understand the full truth. Because how many versions of the Bible is there?
Versions or interpretations?
Go for interpretations.
Or
how many different
translations? Yeah.
Go for translations. How many?
A lot.
After reading the King James, and that Bible is going to be similar but different from the English Standard Version.
Yeah.
And the English Standard Version is going to be rather different than the Geneva version of the Bible.
Right.
How many different versions of the Quran is there?
I don't know.
One, from my knowledge.
Really?
From my knowledge. I could be wrong. But I say that to say this. How many different versions of the truth can there be?
I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like,
if I told you I killed a dog, Tim, and I told 5 other people I didn't kill him, he fell. I didn't kill him, he fell. I didn't kill him. How many versions of the truth can it be? I shot him in the day. Okay. Like, how many Just think about that, Tim.
Okay.
How many versions of the truth can there be?
Variant.
No, think about it.
I'm not sure. A lot.
Answer that for me. Think about it. Critically think for a second. How many, how many versions of the truth can there be?
It's a deep question.
One. There's only going to be one version of the truth. Only one actually thing happened.
Yeah.
If there was an argument and I went and told somebody what happened and somebody else told somebody what happened, only one of those stories is right. If none of them are correct, exactly correct, that's, there's still only one version of the truth. Only this is what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
There's only one version of this, exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Does that get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what is your...
There's different versions of the Bible. Which one's the real one? Which one's really happened? Which one, has the key aspects of that we're supposed to know? With the telephone game in kindergarten, you tell that first kid, whatever phrase. That 10th kid got the phrase wrong.
Yeah,
similar but not the same.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So, like, from my knowledge, with Pastor Ruck and Jeremy, they solely believe that the King James version is the one that tells the truth. And is
I'm glad you said that, because that's the one that's notoriously incorrect. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, and I'll explain why that's incorrect. When King James was the king, he confiscated all the Bibles and translated them, and the King James version has something about it takes the government aspect out. Before King James touched the Bible, it said nothing rules over you, not even government, nothing rules over you but God. The King James version doesn't say that, because why? It would take away power from King James, because his people reading it would realize, oh shit, government. King James does not power me. Only God does. Nope. King James wanted that out, so he took it out. Wrong. I'm glad you said that. They both got it wrong. They're both high up in there.
To touch up on that, Jesus does speak on that in one of the Gospels. He talks about, because people came up to him, they're like, how are we going to divide our wealth amongst ourselves? And Jesus was like, what's given to Caesar is Caesar's, and what's given to God is God's.
Yep.
So like whatever is on earth, you pay for, because it's all things come back to God regardless. God gave us that money.
Yeah.
And for lack of a better words, it's like what's in your heart is what that's about. The material things are just material things that we can't bring up into heaven.
Right.
So that the government, they just to sum it up, to give them what they owe, but to give God what we owe with Him with our spirits and good works and stuff.
No. You missed what I was talking about.
Okay.
In the King James version of the Bible, it doesn't mention that that government has no power over you. In other versions of the Bible, it does. King James himself, when he wasn't king, took that out of the Bible, so his readers of the King James version will respect him more, because he's government. And for my knowledge, the Geneva Bible is the oldest Bible.
Okay.
In that Bible, it says nothing has power over you, not government, not nothing, no man, no government. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but nothing, specifically government. It says the government in there has no power over you. Right. But King James rewrote it and took that part out. There's other Bibles that say fasting and meditation, blah, 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 blah. And meditation is out. Fasting's in the Bible, but meditation's not. It was in the original Bibles. It was in those books.
It's like, it's different with like meditation in the sense of like, sitting down and meditating. When Christians say that, they're talking about meditating on the Word of God, not sitting down in a blank room in a circle surrounded by
meditation. Okay.
This is just what I've talked to Jeremy and Pastor Ruck about, because I used to be, like that, where I'd sit
meditating on the Word of God. In what way though? Like
by reading it and studying it, kind of like a Bible study.
So you're sitting in the grace of God while you meditate, right? You're sitting in the grace of God.
So like,
that's fine.
Like you're just reading the Bible. That's what it talks about, meditation.
Just reading the Bible, that's not meditation.
That's what I'm saying with the Christian. That's what Jeremy does. That's what Pastor Rook does.
That's not meditating. They're wrong.
Well, that's what I'm saying with the Christian. Those guys are to the book. Like,
they're wrong.
To the book.
They're wrong. That's not how you meditate.
Oh, okay. So,
meditation. You've done it.
So that's okay, so what I'm trying to get across is the worldly meditation, where you're sitting down and just closing your mind to God, right? and you're just thinking about God the whole time you're sitting down, and that's what you consider as meditation.
Not even thinking of nothing, just being with God,
Right.
being one with
Like
God.
present.
You gotta present kind of, but like you have God in you. Understand that. So just sitting there in a grateful, loving, joyful frequency, in a God frequency, being God in that moment, leaving the flesh, and your consciousness is one with God. Like, not reading the Bible, and like that doesn't do nothing. You feel the presence of the Holy Spirit, but that's just feeling the Holy Spirit. With God for a second. Close everything down. Don't think about something. Don't think. Breathe with the universe. In, hold, out. Hold, in, hold. Like, breathe as the universe would breathe, as God would breathe. That's like slow, stopping all molecule movement, because you are solid molecules. You're 99% nothing, right? That 99% is God. Understand that. Like that, like, holy shit. So when you meditate, stop all the movement of you, which is the atoms of the flesh, and be just the consciousness, just the universe of God. That's meditation of, not reading the Bible. That's how, I don't know.
Well, I hear what you're saying, but like I'm telling you, because Patrick Rook and Jeremy, these are my only two references, because they kind of were my stepping stones. Literally asked them these same questions you did, and they told me that is how Jesus did it. That is how, Christians follow.
Jesus didn't read nothing.
He did, though. He did. He did read his.
Jesus did not read the Bible.
He didn't.
The Bible wasn't written, but when at Jesus' time,
the Old Testament was.
The Old Testament, but none of the new stuff that people want you to read. What was he reading? The Old Testament is what? Just stories. I'm reading it now.
And commandments and
stories and some commandments. He didn't just read over and over. That's no, that's not true. That's not what Jesus did. I'll read everything else. I'm still reading the Gospel. I'm reading the Old Testament now still. Through the Bible
in the New Testament, he references the Old Testament a lot.
Oh, I can imagine he did. Yeah, for
that's
sure.
That's what I mean. Like, that's where he studied. That's where he meditated.
He also studied with the Indians. He studied, man, dude.
I wish I could get Jeremy in here. He explained it to me in just a way.
They have it wrong, dude. They have it wrong. And I personally, sometimes I don't think that like the people in high ups are worshiping Satan altogether. They're worshiping Lilith, because tell me this, right? Where did Lilith come from?
I don't know.
The Jewish religion, right? Jewish religion was before Christian religion, correct?
Yes.
Okay. In Jewish religion, I don't know. Okay, let's go back to the telephone game. This is why I say this to say this. In the telephone game, the first person says to the second person a statement. The 10th person says that statement a little bit wrong, right? Now, the first religion who got their word from God was the Jewish people, right?
Correct.
Right. So in their religion, the first man was Adam.
Yeah.
Right. And the first woman was
Eve.
Lilith, not Eve.
Oh.
Now, this is where I bring feminism up and how feminism destroyed America.
Oh, man.
Right? So if Adam and Lilith were the first to be created, the creator of the same thing, equal, but they had different gender roles, different roles to do. The man had to hunt and gather and do, not necessarily hunt and gather because they were in a paradise, but they had stuff to do. They had different roles to play. Lilith didn't like that. She didn't, and from my research, they got in an argument over sex. Adam wanted to have sex. Lilith said no, and wanted to freak out because that was her wifely duty. Just have sex. like you're supposed to have a baby. Blah, blah, blah. Just have sex with a woman. Adam's doing. I don't know exactly what happened at the argument, but they had an argument over sexual intercourse because Adam wanted to have sex. Lilith didn't. The wife's supposed to be submissive to the woman. She freaked out, left Eden. Satan found her as a serpent, and she met somebody else. Also, she met another demon, and Satan came to her after that.
Okay.
And they came up with a plan to go, to Eve and destroy God's creation, or to Adam and destroy God's creation. Do something I don't exactly remember. I don't remember everything. I'm not fucking perfect. And when they got there, Lilith realized there was an Eve. She didn't know that, right? So that's how Adam got created from the rib. And then Eve was created, and then she's like, what the fuck, blah, blah, blah. Like, obviously, she's enraged. There's another woman, because I left. You made another one? What the fuck? She freaks out. And Satan and Lilith conjure Eve into eating the apple, and you know the rest.
Right.
Lilith is the mother of all demons. I don't know if you believe in vampires, but also the mother of vampires.
Okay.
But there's a whole history on why vampires are not existent now, but we don't have to go into that. But Lilith is the mother of demons. And you can look at it now, how much feminism raged, right? Went crazy. And that's the world we're living in now. How women think that we're men and it's all equal. It's fucking not. We can't do the same things. We hold the same, maybe not even value. We don't hold the same value because men have to work and earn their value. Women don't. But we hold different roles to make a successful family. Without a good woman and a good man, there's no successful family. If you have a bad man and a good woman, trash bag. It will not work indefinitely. You know, only way it worked is God, man, woman. And that's how God made it. Lilith didn't like that, changed it. Now, I say that to go back to this.
Yes.
Jesus went to hell for 3 days, correct?
So it says in the Bible,
Defeated who? It said that in the Bible.
Satan.
He defeated
Lucifer.
Satan in the Bible, correct? And did what?
Oh, man,
You know more than I.
I don't know that part. Honestly, I haven't read that far.
Well, from what we know, right? He went to hell, defeated.
To show that he conquered death.
He conquered death, conquered sin, defeated all works to the Father, defeated the devil, right? Right. So if Lilith and Satan were ruling the world and eat it and conjured Eve into biting the apple, if two of them did that, they're the partnership almost, not husband and wife, but you know, Lilith and Satan are partnership. Jesus defeated Satan. Who's fucking left?
Lilith. So
you know,
I just want to. Right.
Lilith is. I don't know, bro. This is a wild theory, but Lilith is in charge of it all because the feminism movement, how much all these pop singers are turning gay and trying to turn men into women, do all this crazy shit. They're worshiping Baphomet and Lilith because if Satan is in hell, Lilith is his partner.
Thank you.
Lilith worships Satan, who has all power over Lilith and of Earth.
Okay.
To me, it makes sense because she's worshiping her god, who is Satan, and she hasn't been defeated.
I just want to know, not to like tear down your idea or anything.
Yeah, go ahead.
But where did you get this information? Because it doesn't say. Does it say anything in the Bible about Lilith?
No, because there's Jewish before that. That's what I'm saying. You go more so with the telephone game. Jewish was the first person that God told the truth to, right?
But I want to know, like, how did you find out about that?
I looked it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just knew who. I just like there was a character I heard of Lilith. I just seen it somewhere, and I looked it up and did my research.
I just want to know where they got it from, because like
the truth.
But I just want to know for myself.
You got to do Jewish research, Jewish religion research. And
I don't know any Jewish people. I don't know any Jewish people.
No, you don't have to know the people.
Oh,
you got a fucking phone.
I guess. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I just want to know, like.
God is going to lead you towards the truth. Seek it out.
Right. Knock and you shall receive us. Knock and you shall receive us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to seek out the truth. You can't just be told, oh, this is the truth, what you're told. Nah, maybe a few of them things are wrong. So, I don't know. Even when I'm reading the Bible, I question all of it. Not all of it, but some things I read it. And, dude, God's going to lead you toward the truth if you seek the truth. Reading the Bible is... You can't just pick up the Bible and say, this is the truth. You have to seek the truth. Why are these things and connect it? Oh, that's why. Oh, okay, that's right. The Bible is very right, but a lot of ways tweaked. It's not wrong. It's just tweaked. I really, truly feel evil forces touch the Bible because there's how many rewrites are there? How many translations? How many interpretations? It's not the truth. It's not the full truth. There's things that are not in it and maybe tweaked out of it that don't get you to exactly how Jesus knew everything and how Jesus lived. That's just, I feel that in my bones. Okay, so I feel like you're on that spiritual journey. I was going to ask, like, how are you doing with God spiritually? Well, at first it started with spirituality, the universe, and I wanted, but as I got deeper into spirituality, led me more into Christianity, which is, to me, a mixture of full-blown Christian and spirituality. I mixed the two, combined it, meet in the middle, because, like, the crystal witchcraft shit is a little bit of mumbo-jumbo. Right, but then there's science behind it. To the frequencies, the vibrations of crystals, and all that shit's real. God created that, so it's intention. You know what I'm saying? And if manifestation works, all that is prayer and action. That's God. So just replace the word of the universe, The universe will give you everything if you just manifest it. No, God will give you everything if you just pray and work for it.
Yeah.
It says in the Bible, work by the sweat of your brow. That's how you get shit. The evil way to do it, that's how these rappers do it, is to worship Satan, do bad shit, rape little kids, drink their blood.
Oh God.
Bad things.
Yeah.
Evil shit. Now the right way, the righteous way is the disciplined way, God's way, the hard way, sweat of your brow way, the way Jesus did.
Yeah. He did it hands-on. He was a carpenter.
That's hard. There's
a lot to it, yeah.
It's harder than crypto trading. Fuck. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's why my buddy Jeremy, he's so good at it. I don't know, maybe it was something God led him to do. That's where
I like you gotta seek the truth to find it. And if you're just taking the Bible as truth, I feel like you're following blindly. Personally.
Yeah, I think Jeremy thinks otherwise, because when this is talking to them about it, I tell them stuff like that. Like they say too, not blindly, because they talk about half truths, like something I just learned about half truths, like Putin and Trump are doing something with the Bible where they're only telling like half of their story. I sent you the video, not what I'm getting at, but Jeremy's really informed, and I really wish I had his knowledge. But that's because he reads it, and then he works, and then God teaches him and all that stuff. I can't remember where I was going with that. Rewind. What were we talking about? Truths. They believe that the King James Version is the truth, the Word of God, because, I don't
care what they believe, it's wrong. Like, that's back
right.
Like, wrong.
Right. Well, I'm just, and I want to believe in that too, because...
you can't just want to, but it's fact. Like, do research on it. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're wrong. It's not the right way. It's not there's things that are taken out, and this has been proven. It's been taken out.
Okay.
So it's not the right version. I don't care what they believe. It's just not right. No matter if someone tells me 2 + 2 = 5, no matter how much they believe it, they're wrong.
Right.
So.
Right. Okay.
Read the different Bible. You have a lot of the truth, but not the full truth.
I'm sure
the Geneva Bible is the closest one,
yeah.
but it's extremely hard to understand and expensive, so I haven't bought it. It's hard. And the reason I don't use it on the Holy Bible app is because it is an audio read to you, and I soak up information the best reading it and listening to it. So I take the Bible, and I know that it's the English Standard Version, but I said earlier, if I don't find something that's truth, I research it. And dude, a lot of it's fucking right. I'm not saying the Bible's trash.
Right.
90, if not 85% to 90 of it, to me, is truth and real. But there's some things that are taken out that you need to go find.
You're more a critical thinker than most.
Oh, maybe, I don't know about that. Maybe critical thinker, but like I desperately want the truth. And if there's so many battles between Islam, Jewish, Buddhism, there's something right. And all other religions say, yeah, Jesus is a way. Jesus is a way. Jesus doesn't say anything else is the way but him.
Yeah, through him.
Right? Why? So you got to do your fucking research and find out why.
It says that in the Bible, though.
What?
Why? You just said like through him. Well, it says it in the Bible because he is the Son of God. The way through him is how you get to heaven and everlasting life. It says it in John 3:16.
Right.
And in the following verse, John 3:17, it says, I really want to quote it because I don't know it off the top of my head. There's a lot of people they read that part only as John 3:16. Where is it? Come on. 16. Yeah, so it says, through him, he's everlasting life. And then it's John 17. For God sent not his Son into the world to commend it, but the world through him might be saved. So what's that getting at is because Jesus, I spilled the popcorn. Through Jesus is how you get saved, because he was sinless and led us a perfect example. That's how we get saved, is through Jesus. That's the main argument with anything.
Right. But I'm saying Buddha, right?
Right.
That religion over there will say the same thing, that you can achieve eternal peace and enter eternal.
Yeah, they do it like a self-belief though. You have to come to a calming.
What I mean is, they say yes, you can achieve that through through teaching of Jesus, right? Yes, they like
people?
yeah. You can
Buddhist people.
Yeah, they mentioned as far as I know. Don't quote
Okay,
me
I
on
don't
this
know
shit.
anything. Like
As far as I know, the teaching of the teachers or teaching or whatever.
their
of Buddhism,
prophet.
Yeah, their prophet or
Buddha.
whatever. They mention Jesus and say Jesus is a way.
Okay.
And I'm just I got this, what I'm saying, from somebody else who was going through all different religions, trying to find the truth. And this is what he says. And I trust people who do their research. Maybe I should do my own. I don't know. I trust this guy. Here's what he said. He said he looked at all different religions. And all the other religions' prophets, all of them mentioned Jesus. And all of them mentioned Jesus is a way, but you can also achieve it through our way. Jesus only mentions him in his way. So to me, that is the way. That's the correct way.
That's crazy. I didn't know that about all them pointing.
Right.
Huh.
But then you realize, how many different ways was the Bible translated? Holy shit. A lot of people wrote it wrong. A lot of people have different interpretations of what things mean, of the original that are out that you can't. What's the realness?
Yeah.
You got to go back to the oldest version of oldest anything is the right version. Like the telephone game.
So in simpler to make it a little bit simpler, like God's teaching you to kind of think for yourself, to read the fine print.
That's why Jesus spoke in parables.
Yeah.
He gave us the understanding for a reason.
I remember listening to a sermon. It was really interesting. I was up in Gaylord, and it was at the ski resort. It was really cool. A couple years back, they had us signing waivers because ski resort, you got to basically sign your life away. But always the fine print of those contracts that you're signing, it said something about when you read this, go tell the pastor he's a silly goose. Nobody but one person read the entire contract. And he made that a sermon basically because everybody was just following blindly, signing that contract. They didn't know what was in it. They just signed it. So he mentioned that into his teaching. He's like, don't take my word for it. Do your research. And reading the Bible yourself and learning, because if I mess something up, you could call me out on it. So I just, to wrap up what you were saying, it sounds like that's where God's having you at in life, is to read the fine print.
And I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Fine print in life, and I agree. I think everybody should. I think too many Christians follow blindly.
Yeah. I was 100%. One of those people that just signed it.
I agree, and I think everyone that read the King James version of the Bible is following blindly. Why are you reading that version?
I'm sure. No, I can't speak for them, but I'm sure they probably, like, I know Jeremy. He's got several different.
Right, but you just mentioned that's the one they follow.
They believe in.
Yeah, I don't think that's. I mean, dude, I'm not. I'm not top of anything. I just really fully, my soul, believe that's the wrong version. They shouldn't read that.
Right.
One. Jeremy's dope. I've met Pastor Rook one time, but they're reading the wrong thing. And I think Christians like that are too closed-minded to accept anything that they have not been told. Well, my pastor didn't tell me that. Well, the Bible doesn't say that. Well, there's a lot of things in the Bible. The Bible doesn't mention meditation as much as Jesus probably did it. I
could have sworn it does say meditate. I know it does.
When I've read the Gospels and as far as I've gotten the Bible in the Old Testament, meditations hasn't been said. To be wrong, I could not be remembering it. But
where I'm at with God and running my spiritual stuff is kind of where we're at right now in life, is comfortability. Like, I remember asking and praying, and you've prayed about it too, is like wisdom on financial wealth and health and all that stuff. And health, I'm doing the 75 hard. God's with me all the way there, and then financial, he got me fired from my job, threw me out of whack, man.
But why? But like, you got to figure out.
I think because I was praying about why I'm not this or why I'm not making this, is because I'm not acting because I'm comfortable. So God was like, I'll make you real uncomfortable, boy. Boom! Got me fired. Powerful. And I told myself that same day, dude,
go ahead and keep speaking. I'm gonna light the cigar.
I was getting my hair cut, and I told that lady, I don't want to be working at Amazon forever. Spoke my own termination into existence.
That's a sign. Hang on, let me spark this up. Hang on.
That's a sign, dude, and that was the turning point for me.
Light your fucking cigar, bro.
I'm feeling lightheaded, so that's why I stopped. Because I haven't eaten, so I had to. I had to take a break, dude. I was feeling like I was gonna throw up there.
All right, go ahead.
So, Yeah. So I feel like that's where I'm at right now. Is God's like, listen, Saul asked for wisdom. Probably didn't just give it to him. He threw a war at the guy. War's more than what I'm going through, but still, he was a king for a reason. He didn't just. God's not a genie. He doesn't do it a just overnight wish.
Because it doesn't work that way.
So
if he did give it to you, he knows who to fuck it up.
So I asked God, how do I can be rich? Made me broke.
Why?
Me being broke is just my bad habits, and that's something Robert Kiyosaki mentions. And when you're in the bathroom, I was telling people to listen in on audiobooks or read the Rich Dad Poor Dad. And it's just my bad habits. That's why I'm broke right now, and paying bills because I pay everybody first.
If it was for a reason, why you got fired from your job? Why did he send it to you? Do you think about that?
Do what? Say it again.
Like, for example, when something bad happens to my car, God, why are you sending me this? Why the fuck is this happening to me? What lesson are you trying to teach me?
I ask that all the time. So he doesn't answer with words. He answers through experiences.
Which sucks.
So with your car, let's say your oil is bad. He wants you to learn how to fix your oil or look at the intricate designs of an oil pan and fill out the gasket.
Or what I think it is to not be attached to materialistic things, because I tried really hard to get that car and I rushed into it, which is also trying to teach me patience. There's this thing that I connect with my mind because I think deeply about this, and I think it's teaching me to be patient. Take action, because when things need done, they need fucking done.
Me too.
And
laziness for me. Yep.
And there's just a few lessons that I think that he'll send me. And the thing with the broke thing that you were mentioning, wisdom, not materialistic stuff, like you were saying. I love that shit. Wisdom, strength, something that I also pray for, because I know bad things are going to happen, and me just mentally being strong and running 6 miles is awesome, but I need some God's strength. I can't do this shit alone.
That's a lot of willpower too. That's some David Goggins stuff. Oh man. But I feel like that's where I'm at, learning with God and reading I got to get back into reading it more consistently. I've been reading 10 pages every day for the 75 hard, but I got to incorporate my Bible in there. You know what I mean? Because I think, 10 pages, I'm good for the day. I got to get out of that comfy mindset and say, I got to read my Bible. I got to get in there and listen.
And you consciously know that too. I feel like when that thought pops into you, that's God saying, hey, type of shit. And then you also put it away because it's so comfortable not to do that. Mm-hmm. It's more comfortable to watch TV.
Yep. That's those things. That's what they say. The Holy Spirit is pulling on that.
Yeah, and it's crazy because back in them time, Jesus' time, and even after that, they had nothing to do but better themselves and get close with God. They had no TV. They had no phone.
Yeah, it's true. Go out and fish.
They had work to do. They had work to do. They had other shit to do, but nothing like what we have. We have a lot of distractions.
That's crazy.
Now.
Yeah, it's that was a conversation I was having with Marco's son. He's 9 years old, and we were driving back from church one day, and he was telling me his experiences. And we saw an Amish buggy, and Levi was like, "Whoa, what is that?" And I was like, "Oh, that's Amish." So I filled him in on a little bit of information. He's like, "What do they do?" So they don't have electricity, so they don't drive cars, they don't have computers, they don't have laptops. And Levi's mind was blown. He's like, "How do they live?" I'm like, "They live off the land." He's like, "They live in the dirt?" I'm like, "No, Levi, they live. They build their own houses. They build their own. They make their own food and crops." And he's like, "Well, what? Where do they get the seeds?" I'm like, "From the earth." Well, what about their sheep? Where did they get the sheep? From some guy. Where did he get that sheep? I don't know. And he just couldn't understand it. He didn't it's just not in kids' knowledge. Even in my knowledge, I thought about it, would I survive on an Amish farm for a week? Probably not. Probably. Maybe for a week. I wanted to make that into some YouTube video, but I don't know how they would go about it. You know what I mean? For a week, that would be pretty sweet. Go out for a week, call off of work, and just work at an Amish farm community for a week. That'd be pretty fun. But yeah, it was just those teachings that God, to get back to what we were originally talking about, was teaching us stuff like you know, with God and all that stuff, like how he speaks to us quietly.
Yeah. You went off on a tangent. I forgot what we were.
Oh, me too.
The main point of what we were.
Yeah, I think we were just talking about. I think it was like where you're at in life and stuff. I did kind of ramble off there for a minute.
Trying to get closer to the truth is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
and live right. Live right is trying to because you got to kill your old self, like even in the Bible. Kill yourself to be with Jesus, or I don't know exactly
your old self will die. Not literally, but figuratively. You know,
you gotta kill your old subconscious mind type of thing.
Bad habits, mind. Yeah. Yep. I feel like I was struggling there too, like laziness. Like I just so comfortable, you know.
Faith and discipline will get you everything you want in life.
And that's what I've learned in this 42 days.
Faith and discipline are the only two things you need in life. Faith in God and yourself, and discipline.
I say 42 days because I'm doing the 75 hard, and it's 45 days past, or you know, more than what I did last year. Last year I did a week and then I just dropped off. You know, I wasn't disciplined.
Yep.
And
I'm excited to hit the gym later.
Yes, me too. Want
to go get something to eat before that? And then go lift?
I'm really hungry. Okay. I'll probably eat something light because I don't want to, you know, fill up too much.
You want to do a hard outside workout too?
Yeah. Today? Yeah. If we could fit it in there. The days will be longer because it's now spring. So I think,
Want to do it outside first and then go eat and then gym?
Maybe. I might have to get some more water in me if we do it outside because I literally have had nothing today. That's something I've been doing. I haven't been eating as much, so I'm trying to cut down on calories.
I'm trying to eat like crazy because I want to gain weight. But I've been thinking about quitting boxing for a while because at my boxing gym, I love my coach, Ernie. I love him, but he's great. I just train by myself too much, and I feel like I can just do that in my basement.
Yeah.
Like, why am I paying?
Tell me about that.
You know, why am I paying $40 a month to hit? You know, to shadow box.
Pay him to go to his gym?
Yeah, of course.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know. Like so when I went in there, he didn't ask me.
No, that was free because you know trying it. But like while I'm there, everything I do at the boxing gym, I can do by myself in my basement. So why am I there? You know, like I want to hit some mints. I want to spar. I know I can't get hit much on my left side, but you can still hit slowly, hit softly, like so I can learn defense more
with the teacher Ernie.
Yeah, okay. And I just sit there and hit my heavy bag and hit the speed bag and heavy, you know, shadow box and go home every time for like, you know, 2 months now. So it's like, why am I paying $40 every month, wasting my time waking up early to come here early to do something I can wake up and do in my basement?
I wonder why he's not teaching you.
I don't know. I see on videos he's teaching the fucking 11, 12-year-olds. They're fucking
Are they
sparring.
Actually doing boxing though? And you're
a little bit, not
like going to competitions?
Like full on sparring, you know, but they're still putting on the headsets and gloves, hitting each other.
What I mean is, like, do you think their parents are paying for them to go and actual fight other kids, like competition, like weight under?
No, we're not there yet.
Okay,
that gym doesn't compete.
Oh, okay. So that is weird. So you're just there?
I'm just there hitting the heavy bag, hitting speed bag, like, and I'm not practicing mitts very often. So how can I? Yeah,
you're not learning. You're just hitting.
I'm just
hitting,
practicing and practicing. Yeah, just practicing hitting.
Yeah,
like I need to know the target. I don't know. I feel like mitts is a whole different.
Yeah, thing. If you're in the ring,
a whole different.
That's
thing.
Where you get your experience.
Get in the ring and put someone in front of me so I can learn some stuff. Teach me a few different things. He taught me the uppercut recently. But I knew how to do that. He's just like weight transfer. He's super technical, and I get that. But like technicality, it's great. But I'm doing the same thing 1,000 different times for months. I can do this in my basement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't plan on competing to go up into amateur fight because I have a plate in my jaw.
Yeah.
But I still want to be able to know how to fight. You know what I mean? I want him to teach me and me be able to be ready for it. If you're not going to be able to make me be ready for it, I'm going to stop paying the money, wasting my time. I'm just going to go in my basement. I love the guy, but like, again.
I see. So there's like, do you ever go when there's other people there so you can?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. But they're like, when they're my age, he works with them because they fight more than like they actually fight. I just train. They fight and go in the ring. You know,
maybe you should step up and say something.
I have before. I say, hey, are you going to work with me? He's like, oh, I didn't know you were coming. My breakfast is being made and blah blah blah. And then okay, cool, whatever. I'll stop going in the morning. I'll go the evening time. And then he just either is on his phone a lot more often, which I don't know if he's trying to work on business on his phone. I don't know, or he'll work with the little kids. like the 11, 12-year-olds. Like, the fuck am I doing here then? I can just do this at my house. I don't have to waste my time and gas coming here.
Yeah.
You go in my basement. So that's something I've been struggling. I don't want to bail on him, but I'm not learning nothing new for like 2 months.
That's true. That's true.
You know, I haven't even been hit in the gut. I can get hit in the gut all day. I don't want to get hit hard, obviously. Like, if he heard this, I feel like he's the kind of guy that would have a temperament of, all right, I'll hit you, and do it too hard. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm not getting the training that I want. I want to go harder. I'm not complaining by any means. These are my thoughts. I'm thinking about not doing it no more because I want to train harder.
I definitely want to get into boxing, or like mainly because of Joe Rogan is the jiu-jitsu, but that's like grappling and stuff. I hear that's good for like the mind and body as well, because it's like a puzzle. You're trying to work like how to get out of.
I feel like boxing and that stuff together is beautiful. I want to learn the same, but I just want to be able to like not have a job first and then go into heavy development of myself. But right now I'll do what I can.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Because like right now, I'd rather know boxing if I got in a fight at Walmart than jiu-jitsu if I got in a fight at Walmart.
Right.
That, out of protection, I feel like I could knock somebody out easier with my fist than taking them to the ground and doing all that.
Right. I don't know. With jiu-jitsu, I think with the way Joe Rogan was explaining it was like you're more confident, so you don't have to go into a fight. You know what I mean? And I'm
boxing. I mean, you can walk away. You're still confident, but it's just like, I don't know. With grappling, you have to take them to the ground. With boxing, potentially I could just knock them out real quick.
I hate to
avoid a little bit.
I hate to interrupt, but I have to use the bathroom. It may take me a minute. I think it's a number 2. I know.
Oh, Lord.
I guess we could just kind of cut it there. Thanks for watching or listening, everybody. It's been a great podcast. A lot of motivation and inspiration with Jake McDaniel here, my friend and financial helper. Honestly, he knows his stuff, and I hope this has encouraged everybody to look into crypto, to give a little risk in life. So stay crispy.